Hello and a warm welcome from the beautiful island of Cyprus, specifically Peru Place. I'm Peru and I'm glad to greet you. Today we're talking about a game soon to be released from the renowned Astragon, Seafarer the Ship Simulator. That means there's now some competition for ships at sea and we'll look at the whole situation. Unfortunately, I don't have much information yet as it seems I didn't get into the beta program. It is genuinely quite a disappointment indeed. I have collected as much information as I was able to discover for the present moment, and I would recommend that we begin with the trailer. Let us examine it presently, and subsequently I will share all the information we have accumulated about the game thus far. Let's begin and relish the experience. And I have already secured my initial contract. These are indeed thrilling times. The very first one is set to commence in just a few days. In any event, the reason I am contacting you is because he persistently navigates the seven seas. It seems that overseeing your own operation is somewhat demanding. Let's just say it is more than I initially bargained for, so I was wondering if you would like to come on board and assist me. You know, just like the old days, the two of us out at sea. Yes, here at the end once again, beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful images in the trailer of Seafarer the Ship Simulator from Astragon. Indeed, you observed it correctly, this upcoming summer marks the launch of the early access version, specifically tailored for Steam and the Epic Games Store. The complete release is anticipated for the year 2026. Whether this will eventually come to gaming consoles remains somewhat uncertain. Nevertheless, it is intended to support game controllers, so I am quite hopeful that it might eventually become available for consoles, either with the complete release or shortly thereafter. We have to wait and see, as there isn't really any statement about it yet. In any case, a quick word for all those who are already looking forward to the big ships. I do not wish to lessen your enthusiasm, but in the early access version, as stated on the official homepage, there are still a restricted number of features and selections accessible, including the ships. I think it will be the same with the ship classes as it is with ships at sea, meaning that initially the smaller ship classes will be available. You have to work your way up first anyway. I don't think you'll be able to jump into the big ships even when they're released. I assume that we'll have a career system here too, where you'll need to acquire licenses. Therefore, you'll need to progress gradually before you even get the opportunity to explore the interior of a container ship. That's my assumption. Now, let's proceed to discuss the technology. The entire operational system functions by utilizing Unreal Engine 5 in combination with NVIDIA WaveWorks technology. The entire scenario, similar to ships at sea, unfolds within the region of Northern Europe, so we already have our initial parallel. I suppose we are navigating around the Scandinavian region once more. I'm not completely certain, but I have that particular feeling. I am unsure why they are so focused on Northern Europe at this time. They could have opted for the Atlantic Ocean as well. I have no idea, so we'll have to remain a bit surprised. Thus, there is no precise location provided. Let's delve directly into the similarities. I've already commenced with the comparisons to ships at sea, which I've observed somewhat in the trailer. As I said, just like in ships at sea, there are different ship classes here. We've seen sea rescue, and we've also seen how fires are extinguished here. We are aware of that from ships at sea as well. Cargo, transportation. I believe I noticed a passenger ship puttering around somewhere. I'm uncertain if that will be playable at this point. Additionally, there exists an expansive open world featuring a career mode, which implies that you visit various ports, accept assignments, and subsequently commence your tasks. Here too, while we're on the topic of ships, you need to maintain and service your ships. So there's a parallel here as well. In ships LC, for example, we have to replace fuses, keep the ship clean, etc., etc. Therefore, this is certainly a subject that was quite new, which instantly captured my attention. I am uncertain if it was solely for the trailer or if it is genuinely part of the gameplay, the drone. If it is incorporated, it would be an excellent concept. For instance, this drone could serve as a fantastic instrument to preliminarily evaluate the circumstances during a maritime rescue operation. Such ideas. That would indeed be a novel game concept. Plus, there's a mode not currently in chips or other games, specifically the quick play mode. I imagine it in a manner akin to other games where you quickly complete a specific task despite the fact that maritime navigation is generally not especially fast-paced. You understand what I mean if you're somewhat involved in the entire situation. Therefore, at this point, I would like to delve a little more directly into the trailer, as I have previously mentioned. Well, what could I possibly articulate in this situation? Regrettably, you do not get the opportunity to witness any interior perspectives, no cabins, no driver's cockpit, and somehow I am also missing a little bit of authentic gameplay. It truly appears, everything genuinely appears magnificent. Yet similar to numerous other trailers, I am convinced there are mainly cinematic cutscenes present once more, with the decisions and all entirely beautiful. I doubt we'll see it like that consistently in the game, or maybe not at all. I would have preferred to witness a bit more content, but that's simply my own personal preference. What I did genuinely appreciate is the graphics. They truly don't need to conceal themselves behind chips, etc. Hide! The ship models appear to be quite impressive, and we have larger cities that also seem to be quite lively. The water animation, which I always place a significant amount of importance on, looks truly fantastic. I'm curious to see how it is in-game with this NVIDIA Waveworks. That already seemed to be quite impressive. Therefore, if it genuinely appears like that within the gameplay, then it is indeed remarkably impressive. And when we have observed, also here in the trailer, these fire scenes, one could say this blaze is not merely a minor fire like in Chip's Etsy, although we did extinguish some smaller fires there as well. Let us closely observe how the situation unfolds with significant fires. Nonetheless, this already appeared to be quite impressive indeed, and I must admit I genuinely appreciated it. Therefore, overall, that is essentially the information I currently have to convey to you. Overall, I am naturally quite intrigued. Nevertheless, I also noticed numerous similarities. It aligns up to approximately 80% with what we already possess with chips based on the information we currently have. And of course, we will continue to follow both. We are already right in the middle of Chips at Sea. As I said, if you are interested in the topic and haven't seen it yet, feel free to check it out. I'll gladly share a link to one of the latest episodes at the end of this one, so please take a moment to check it out. If you found this initial glimpse into Seafarer, which indeed translates to Seafarer, enjoyable, please consider leaving a like or follow, giving a thumbs up, ringing the notification bell, and subscribing. It would make me quite happy. Absolutely, and I am genuinely thrilled at this moment. Once the release date is officially determined, I may reach out once more, contingent upon whether additional information becomes accessible. At that point, we will conduct a more thorough exploration into this game. Thank you very much for watching, and I sincerely hope you had a little bit of fun and were able to gather some valuable information. I'll say farewell for now and see you next time.